guys, welcome back. This video is a little bit or a lot more different than my usual videos I post. And the reason why I'm posting this video is, number one, there is no hate towards anybody. There's no hate towards, you guys will see what's going on. I'm just spreading the truth, and I want to educate those who have possibly gone through the same thing that I have gone through with any doctor's office you go to. And I know that anytime you say you're going to file a complaint on them because of malpractice or whatever the reason is, then they go ahead and drop you as a patient because they don't want to deal with you anymore, and they like to sweep everything under the rug, which I am not going to allow this doctor's office to get away with malpractice and try to sweep things under the rug and try to lie on my behalf. And this is the reason why I record everything. Sometimes I post things, sometimes I don't, but I decided I'm going to post this to make it public record for everybody to see, and maybe I could be the boost that you guys need and the help that you guys need and the confidence that you guys need to speak up on your behalf as well. If something is going on, if you feel like there's malpractice in your doctor's office, if you feel like you're not getting the right treatment and the health care that you need to be able to speak up. Think of me as your backbone and say, if Monica could do it, then I could do it. It's not right when doctors get away with some of the shit that they do, and it's not right for the staff to treat you like crap and look down on you, no matter what health insurance you have, no matter what health problems you have, no matter what concerns you have, no matter how many times you contact them and say, hey, this is urgent, it's an emergency, and I need to contact my doctor. It is a serious case. If it is a serious case and you can't get a hold of your doctor, I want you to watch this video and see what I had to go through with my own doctor's office, and maybe it can encourage you guys to do the same. You need to speak up. You have to speak up because this is your health. It's concerning your health, your privacy, the HIPAA laws that you need to know, all kinds of stuff that you guys need to know. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown before I play the video of everything that I recorded. My OB doctor, I thought he was great at first. We had no problems. We were going to him. I was going to him for a few months, and you know, normally when you go to a doctor's office, they don't require an insurance card. As long as they can get your information and your driver's license, your ID card, they don't require the health insurance card. And every health insurance you have has a card. But a lot of places, they don't require it. I've been going to this place for a while. They never asked me for the card. Obviously, I gave them my social, my date of birth, my driver's license. They obtained that information, and they have been billing my insurance for the last couple of months I've been going there. I had a procedure done, as you guys could see in my other video. Go back and watch after this. Go back and watch the IUD video that I had, a procedure that I had done. It was the worst thing anybody could go through. I know there's some complications that can happen after or during the procedure, but the complication that happened with me, it was uncalled for, and I don't believe that it was normal. I don't think it was a normal procedure. I think it was a procedure gone bad, and that my doctor didn't want to tell me. I was in a lot of pain afterwards. My doctor didn't tell me what to expect. I came home. Long story short, a lot of issues that happened after the IUD with me, and until today I'm still in pain. And I'm not going to tell you guys the legal standards. That's up to you, what you want to do and what I'm proceeding, what I'm doing. But at the same time, until today, like I said, I've been having a lot of issues. It took me a month, over a month, to be in contact, or to be able to get in contact with my doctor after the IUD. The staff members at the doctor's office kept blocking me from being able to contact my doctor, and the reason for that is because I told them that I was going to file a complaint. Now, I'm not a Karen. I don't like to file complaints everywhere I go, blah blah blah. I don't have time for that. And it took me a while. I mean, literally took me over a month to decide to finally file a complaint. Even though I told them I was going to do it, I still held back. I didn't do it at first. But once people or companies find out that you're going to file a complaint, they completely treat you like trash. They treat you like shit. They shoo you away. They sweep everything under the rug. And that's exactly what I have been going through with my OB doctor's office. And you guys will hear it in the conversation. I have multiple phone conversations with the office manager who is not professional at all. After a while, after a month, I was finally able to have my doctor give me a call, which he neglected to tell me anything that was going to happen after the IUD procedure. The hell that I went through, he neglected to let me know anything that was going to happen to me. Now, I don't know if I have some kind of a permanent damage that I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life. I don't know. I have to get another opinion from another doctor. But in the meantime, the malpractice lies in with the doctor and also the office manager, claiming she never got my messages. Every time I would call, we're gonna go ahead and let the office manager know to call you back. Supposedly she claimed she never got my messages. When I talked to her over the phone, which you guys are gonna see in the recording, that supposedly she's been there for 2 months. She's just a newbie at the office and she doesn't know how to obtain or gather or get any information as far as messages from anybody that needs to talk to her, including especially patients. So you've been there for almost 2 months or over 2 months or whatever. You never were able to get my messages. You can't check your voicemail. You don't know how the procedures work. I mean, come on. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're lying to me. At the same time, when it comes to you confronting anybody these days, all of a sudden you're either a Karen or you're yelling at them, you're screaming at them and this and that, and that's what she tried to say that I was doing. And then she changed her tune around once she found out that she was being recorded, because not one time did we yell at her, did we threaten her, did we cuss her out, did we do anything. We basically just told her we need to start over and see what we could do. She refused to give us any information as far as how to file an in-house report, a complaint, because she knows she messed up. So there's a whole lot of things that happened with that office, and I just want to give you guys heads up of what happened and what's going on, so you're not confused when you watch the video. Also, I had to be seen by my doctor. It's an emergency case. It's urgent for my health. When I went there yesterday or 2 days ago, they told me that I have to show them or provide them my health insurance card. Now, my health insurance just recently changed. I haven't gotten their cards yet. It's just fresh. It just recently changed. It's not my responsibility to get the health cards. They have to send it automatically when they change your health insurance or when you change it. I haven't received it. So when I went there 2 days ago, they refused to see me because I didn't have my health card. And that is against the law. I think it's illegal. I think it's fraud. And I think it's retaliation. I know it's retaliation because I told them I was gonna file a complaint. So they were using any which way possible due to the complaints to possibly get me out of that office. The lady at the front desk told me, okay, I need to see your health insurance. I said, I don't have it. I'll bring it next time. Okay, go ahead and bring it next time. So 15-20 minutes later, sitting in the office waiting to see my doctor, I had to get blood work done. There's a procedure or surgery that I need to have that I discussed with my doctor. So we had to have a consultation about that too. But 15-20 minutes later, another woman comes, and you guys have to know about the HIPAA law. HIPAA law is nobody needs to know your medical condition. Nobody is allowed by law legally to ask you. They're not allowed to ask you or talk about anything that you're not comfortable talking when it comes to your medical condition or your health issues or anything like that. So this woman comes in front of the office. There's a bunch of patients sitting there, and again, this is my OB doctor, so there's a lot of pregnant women that are sitting there with their husbands and boyfriends or whoever, and I mean, the room is crowded. She comes in the front, instead of pulling me to the side to talk to me, right out in front of everybody, she tells me that the office manager is refusing to let you see the doctor. They're basically blocking me from seeing the doctor, but we can go ahead and reschedule you when you get your health card. I don't need my health card to see a doctor. It's not the law to do that, and it's not the law for you guys to wait to provide your health insurance card, because they have that information in their system already. If they want that information, they could go ahead and see you, and then maybe next time you could take it to them. But it's not a law that they have to refuse services to you if you don't have that card. So in front of everybody, she's telling my business, telling me that I'm not going to be seen by a doctor, this and that. I had to bite my tongue. I had my husband, my daughter with me. I just walked out. I was driving. I had to pull over. My hands were shaking. I was in distraught. I was really upset because it has to do with my health condition, and I do have some serious issues and concerns that my doctor had to take care of and help me with. So my husband, after many attempts over the phone, calls the office, the medical office. Finally, the manager gets on the phone, and she straight tells me, now tell me if this makes sense or not, she straight tells me that she did not know who it was, who the patient was that she refused services to. So basically what happened is the front desk person went ahead and told her, we have a patient out front that doesn't have her medical card. Supposedly they just changed the procedure a little over a month ago or whatever, which they couldn't tell me that over the phone throughout the entire month of talking to them and telling, you know, asking to speak to my doctor, trying to book in an appointment to talk to my doctor. The whole time of speaking with multiple staff members over the phone, not one time did they mention when you get an appointment you have to bring in your health card, because at that time I had a month to get everything prioritized, contact my health insurance, have them mail it to me. I could have done all that stuff. Not one time did they tell me to do that. So to me, I didn't think it was going to be an issue because they never complained about that before. The office manager straight said that she did not know who the patient was. when the woman at the front desk went and told her that a patient did not have, which I don't believe. I believe that they knew it was me. She knew it was me. When they found out that I was going to file a complaint, they just didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to, and that's a coward way out. But also, you being an office manager, how do you refuse services to a patient without knowing who the patient is, what their health status is, what their emergency, if there's an emergency or not, what the reason is for the visit? Maybe I was in labor, maybe I, you know, or let's say for example, if I was one of those patients that was pregnant and I was in there and I said I need an emergency C-section or whatever the case is. How do you just refuse services to just anybody in general without knowing who the patient is? That's against the law. You can't do that. And she straight admitted to it in the video, which you guys are going to hear. So long story short, this is the shit that I've been going through with my doctor's office. You guys are going to hear it. There's a lot more medical stuff that is beyond me talking about it because it's not public record, and I am dealing with it behind closed doors, and they are going to be investigated. They are actually being investigated as we speak while you're watching this video. And leave me in the comments below and let me know if you guys have gone through something similar with your doctor's office, and let me be the motivation for you guys to speak out, because it's not right what they're doing to patients. It's not right. If you have every right to file a complaint, you have every right to be concerned about certain issues that's going on, and you need to have it taken care of. But the staff members in the office are just lagging to get you an appointment to see your doctor. There's just so many things that's going on, including the IUD that was put in me. Like I said, I'm still having issues with that, even though it's not in me anymore. But I do feel like something did go wrong during the procedure, because I shouldn't have been in so much pain and gone through the hell and back that I did go through. But you guys could go back and watch that video after you guys see this one. It is posted on my channel. Again, I apologize for this video. I know it's not something you guys normally see. I am going to go back to the regular videos and post them, the ones that are on my channel that you guys like to watch, those type of videos. But in the meantime, I just wanted you guys to be aware of what's going on, to bring awareness to the public, especially women out there who have been going through this, who have gone through this. You need to be the voice for yourself, because nobody else is going to do it for you. You need to stand up, have a backbone, and put yourself first, put your health first, which is more important. Do what you have to do to make sure that the doctor hears you out and the doctor sees you and takes care of you the way that you need to be taken care of. I love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Do not click off yet, because I'm going to be showing this video right now. So continue watching the full video of the recording that I did and see what kind of a joke this doctor's office is and what kind of joke Brooke, the office manager, is. I already told her that I was recording her, and I told her she's going to be famous on YouTube for being as ignorant and condescending as she is. So enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time with more positive videos. Take care. I talked to them last week. Yep. 3 different people. Not one person mentioned anything, and they knew about my appointment.
Yep. Just keep holding. I apologize. I'm trying to get a hold of her. Yep. And I'll email you shortly, okay?
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
What did she say?
She's trying to get a hold of her, and they'll be with us shortly. Keep holding. They're trying to find a recorder or some shit. They're scrambling to do something right now. Which is fine. We're going to be very professional.
They're trying to find a recorder.
I'm guessing. Why else would they keep us on hold like that? I want to know what their in-writing complaint process is.
I got a hold of her. I'm transferring you over now.
Okay, thank you.
My OBGYN, this is Brooke.
Hi, Brooke, and you're the office manager?
Yes, I am.
Hi, this is Mr. Monica's husband. She's here next to me, but she's driving, so I'm speaking for her on her behalf. It's also 3:04 p.m. The reason I'm calling you is a couple reasons, but the first thing I'd like to ask you is what your in-writing complaint process is.
That is a good question. I don't know if we have a formal
Yeah, you have to.
process.
State law dictates it, so you have to have one. So if you could check into that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Secondly, what is your informal way of complaint process, and how does that work? How do you guys do that?
Informal.
Yeah, formal I meant,
Okay,
sorry.
so I will mention that I've just started in the last month. So I am not aware of all of our official policies yet. I'm still brushing up on those.
Okay.
However, our informal policy would be, you can definitely tell me, and I'm very good at following up, and I will put it in we have a system where we like keep all of our
Right.
data, and I will put it in there, and I will assign it to people to make sure we follow up on it and things like that.
Now
But
don't get me wrong. It's just kind of hard to believe because I've left many messages for you through your staff as well as on the answering machine, and have never got anything back from you. But I do want to let you know real quick, I am going to make a complaint with the medical board. I am going to make a complaint with Medicaid. And so let me explain to you what happened. So we've had some issues.
She's the one that refused
Hold
me
on for
to.
1 second.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to make sure. What's your last name?
Let me see.
Sorry, I just want to make sure. Everything. And you said Monica is the patient?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
off
you
what
know
she
me.
goes
You're the
by.
one that refused me
Yeah,
today.
you should know because supposedly you're the one that refused her today. And her last name is.
Okay, 1 second, please.
We need her last name and whatever employee ID she has too.
What was her name? Brooke?
Brooke. But I'll find out her last name in a minute.
Sorry, my computer's like frozen.
Well, while you're pulling that up, you want to at least hear so that way we're not wasting dead time here because I do have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, no, well, I want to make sure I have a place to document everything.
Right.
Well, why don't you record it?
Okay, let's see here. All right. And can you confirm the date of birth, too, for me? Perfect.
You don't remember refusing me 5 minutes ago?
Okay, let me deal with it and I'm going to let you talk to her. I want to say something.
Okay.
So,
All right, I'm ready.
okay, so we had a few issues before, and I'll let my wife talk about that, with the staff and the disrespect and not calling back. Major issues that shouldn't happen for a medical practice place. So then some other things happened. We asked for you to call back, never call back. So we complained, and we actually told them that if the manager doesn't call us back, we're going to go to the medical board, we're going to file a complaint. It took over 3 weeks of my wife calling saying it's an emergency, she needed her doctor to call back, and he never called back for 3 weeks. Okay, that's the first problem. So then last week they called my wife. 3 different people called my wife to schedule this appointment.
No, I called them.
Yeah, I know, but they called you back so she could schedule an appointment to see the doctor for the problem that she's occurring. Nowhere did they say, hey, we need you to bring in your aid card again. Okay, we did that the very first time, and they switched our to a new. We have a new card. They haven't sent us that new card yet. I just got off the phone with when we were walking into the office to see you, and they're sending me those hard copies. So we go into the office. The guy tells my wife that she needs the card. They say we don't have it. You know, I just got off the phone. They're sending it to us. So we go back and forth with them for a little bit. Finally, the lady says, okay, no problem, just bring it next time. My wife says, okay, no problem. We drove 45 minutes to this doctor's appointment. So we're like, why didn't they call us? That's kind of weird. So we're sitting down. 5 minutes later, they come out of the back, 10 minutes later, whatever it was, and say, yeah, the office manager denied you. They said you have to have the hard copy or we can't see you. We have to reschedule you. I just drove 45 minutes here.
And I have a medical condition.
My wife has a medical condition, so I know this is retaliation over the complaint I made last week. So now I'm actually writing formal complaints, and I'm doing it to all 3 offices. Like I said, the state office, the medical board. It's a huge issue, and that's why I need to know what your complaint process is. And it's very important that either you get with your legal department or you get with somebody and find out what your complaint process is, because I am going to put it in writing, and it needs to be put in writing. I've already spoke with someone today concerning this, and they told me that you have to have a complaint process and a way for me to do that. That way I can get the paper rolling on my side for when I make the following complaint. So, because you can't retaliate and you can't do that to somebody. Last week they should have told her, hey, we need a copy of the card. We could have called me sooner and had it sent over. You know, 3 different people. No one told her anything, and I know it's because we made that complaint, and I know it is. So it's a huge issue. I'm going to turn it over to my wife now. So we just parked in a parking lot so she can actually talk to you for a minute. We were driving home, and I'm going to give her the phone.
I mean, can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'd like to just
Yeah, please.
I would like to say, one, that, obviously I'm sorry that this obviously is not ideal, but I will also say that I did not retaliate in any fashion. I didn't even get the patient's name when someone came to ask me what our policy was for insurance cards. Mm-hmm. And so we have the same policy for every single patient. And so it definitely was not any sort of thing against you or your wife or anything to do with any complaints. It is truly our policy that you need to have your insurance card for the visit.
And I believe that, except for, I'm going to tell you something, ma'am, and this is, I'm going to pull Freedom of Information Act. I don't know if you know what that is, but I'm going to pull everything file-wise for your patients, stating that anyone that got in there without a hard copy card, because I've been in there when a patient that was telling her, I haven't got my card yet, and they said, okay, just bring it next time, and they let her, they were seen that day. So I do not believe that for a minute, and I'm gonna pull records. So please be careful what you say, because this is all, I mean, you have to speak truthfully, and this call is being recorded, so I need you to know that. It's very important that you understand that. Here, just go ahead, baby, you deal with it, but I don't want to hear lies, because that's not true. I've been there when they've done it.
So you're basically saying that you didn't even know what patient you denied? You didn't even know who I was and my name or anything? Do you think that's legal what you did?
I told the name of who was here.
So that was legal.
That's what the policy was.
So that was legal. It was legal in your policy to turn down a patient without even knowing the circumstances or anything, because I did explain to them that it is urgent and I need to see my doctor, and my doctor knows my condition. That's why he had me booked in for today. So what you did was illegal.
Or as an office manager, shouldn't her staff call you and say, hey, we don't have this on file. We see you have an appointment today. They've called 3 other times, and they called early this morning to make sure we're coming. Couldn't they have told us, hey, you know what? We don't have this on file. Make sure you bring it. That way we could have maybe got an email sent from me or something. It just, listen, this whole process is not okay. And like I said, I've been waiting for a call back from you for over 3 weeks. So, there's some kind of miscommunication here, or some kind of error, and whether it's done on purpose or not on purpose, the way it makes the patient feel is that it's done on purpose and in retaliation, which it could not be, but that's how we're perceiving it by the actions that have happened, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense, and I can appreciate that, and I wouldn't want to feel that way if I were in your shoes either.
Yeah.
I will say that, I am newer here, like I've mentioned, and so we are definitely instating some processes that may or may not have been in place before, and we are trying to change and be better and make sure we communicate well with our
I can
patients.
tell.
So I'm super sorry if, obviously nothing got communicated well to you. However, it's also really important to be respectful back to our staff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Respect goes both ways. You're absolutely right. Respect goes both ways. But how do you respect somebody? You walk into an office, they look at you up and down, they look down at you, they give you an attitude, they speak to you with the wrong tone.
You try to file complaints on that, and the office manager doesn't call you back ever.
I mean, there's nothing professional about that office.
I get what you're doing. I get what you're saying. I get what you're doing. But like I said, I wear a body camera most times, except for when we go in the back. And just so you know, there's no times that my wife have ever been disrespectful. There's no times that my wife was unprofessional or cussed out of line. But please keep in mind that you're the one that has the standard of having to be professional. You guys are a public servant in a sense, and you're serving the public who's on Medicaid that is coming to your facility. You can't treat patients a certain way and then try to put it back on us.
Yeah.
Like I said, ma'am, I'm very versed in the law, and I'm very versed in what I'm talking about. And I'm asking you very nicely, look, here's an issue that we have. I need you to find out some stuff. You heard what I had to say. I think you heard what my wife had to say. I would hope she's not done, she's going to say some more, but I would hope that after this phone call, you would get on the phone and figure out what you need to do to figure out what needs to be done. I don't know if my wife even wants to see that doctor anymore, but complaints are going against him as well as you, as against the staff. So I hope that you take it serious. I really do, is all I'm saying.
What is your full name, Brooke?
And does she have an office employee number?
Well, to be honest, I don't feel very comfortable with this conversation.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up? You're on speaker, so it's hard to hear you.
I would say that I honestly don't feel very comfortable with this conversation.
Okay.
I don't feel like I've been given an adequate chance to do any of the things you've requested.
Well, I don't need you to do anything. That's the thing. Hold on. Maybe we're miscommunicating. Let me just say one thing. I want to file a complaint. I've already gone past the point of trying to fix it. So now I want to file a complaint, and I want to do it the legal way. And I want to do it through your process first, which I know I have to do. So I'm not asking you to do anything. My wife has already made up her mind that the way she feels, we have enough to know exactly how we were treated. I mean, whether we go back there or not is up to her, but regardless if we go back or not, I need to know a way to file a complaint process. You're the medical head of the office. That's what I was told. You're the manager. I have to have a way of identifying you on the paperwork that I'm going to file. So either, if you don't want to give me your last name, which is fine, I need an employee ID number. And like I said, there's nothing that you should feel afraid of,
if you're not doing anything
because this is just
wrong.
a complaint process, and this is legal.
So, well, what I'm saying is, I just would have to say that I don't feel comfortable with the things you've said. So I'm happy to give you our formal complaint process. I will definitely follow up with you on that. I probably, being though it's 3:19, I might not be able to get a hold of the people I need to.
Oh, that's fine.
Today, but I can get it to you by tomorrow.
Okay.
And then from there on out, too, I also want you to know that you do have a choice, and if you aren't happy here, we definitely, like,
Yes, ma'am, I know that.
Like you're stuck here.
No, I know I'm not stuck. Ma'am,
I
know I'm not stuck there, and please don't make me feel like it's kind of condescending telling me that. I get it. I know I have every right to go everywhere else, but I also have the legal right to go there and be treated respectfully and be treated professionally, and there are standards. So I get that you don't feel comfortable. This is all being recorded, so I wasn't mean to you, I wasn't threatening to you. I've asked you very nicely multiple times for your employee ID number. You refuse to give it to me. You say you feel uncomfortable. That's fine. I'll put that in the complaint as well. I just wish that you would actually take this serious instead of trying to like brush it off or find an excuse or a way to put it off, because this is a serious issue. This is not something that is minor. This is a big issue. This is something serious, and there's right violations here. Yeah, and there's actual right violations going on here. So again, please find out your process. Please get back to me tomorrow or do whatever you have to do. Can I ask you something why you never call me back? Is it that you just were busy, or they didn't give you the messages, or you don't check the voicemail? How does that work?
Well, to be honest, I haven't received a message. However, I will say that there might be, like I said, I'm new here, so there might be a place that they are storing these messages that I have yet to get to. So
okay, fair enough.
That is very much the case. So I will investigate that as well. And I want you to know that I do take complaints very seriously. But I also will have to say, I don't think it's been the most respectful conversation. And I've heard from our staff recently when they transferred the call to me that you were upset. And so obviously it would be helpful if we could talk about it in a more calm manner.
Oh, absolutely.
Problem solve this.
Absolutely. And
just attacking each other. I don't think that's really helpful.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and hold on, let me finish saying something, and you will. Listen, and like I said, this call is recorded, so I will definitely let them hear that, and I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I am a male. You are on speaker. I'm a little upset, and I'm talking. I've never disrespected you. I've never called you out a name. I very respectfully asked you your name. So I'm sorry that you feel that way, ma'am, but that's exactly the reason I'm recording this. So maybe, we can sit down and talk better, but here, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to my wife, and I'm sorry that you felt that way with me. That was not my intention. I'm just a male. I talk loud. You're on speaker, and I'm upset about how my wife was treated. So I'm sorry you feel that way.
To be upset, and like instead of going straight to let's file some complaints and give me all of your personal information, like I would rather it be, hey, this is what's happening, and how do we fix it, and how do we make this a better process going forward? Because we all are human, and we all do things, and we all would love to learn from our mistakes. And so I think I would love the opportunity for our practice to be given a chance to talk this through.
Okay,
and
fair enough.
problem solve it.
Fair enough. I'm willing to do that.
I have a question though. At what point did you feel uncomfortable, besides the fact that you can hear the tone of being upset, but we're not 5-year-olds to get our feelings hurt over every little thing? You understand? We're talking as adults. So I'm an adult, you're an adult, and my husband's an adult. And if you have a feeling something's going on and you had to tell me something, I'm not going to sit here and say I feel uncomfortable and my feelings are hurt, because we're not 5 years old anymore. We're adults. And we're going to act like adults. You're absolutely right. We're going to be respectful, and everything has been respectful. And you refused to answer my husband's question over and over again in the beginning when he asked you what the process is. So does that mean because you refused to answer his question and give him the answers that he needs, does it mean that we have to get our feelings hurt as well and tell you that we feel uncomfortable?
But now we have
Because
both
it's
sides.
a two-way street, right?
But now
Respect goes both ways.
I have to say that I don't think that this is the most productive conversation.
No, I don't either. I really don't. So how do we go forward from here? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's start it completely over. I'm glad that we got to finally talk to you. We've had some issues. I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while. Haven't been able to get a hold of you. Glad that we got a hold of each other. When's a good time that my wife could actually come in and sit down and speak with you and tell you the issues that we're having and tell you the problems that we're having? I'm going to order the Medicaid card. We already did, so I'm just waiting for it. But I'm going to call them today and see if they can send me like an email or something that can, you know, speed up the process, or if there's a rush delivery I can put on it or something. But knowing that, what do we do to go forward? How can we fix this issue?
I mean, it just sucks because we drove 45 minutes. I live on the other side of town. I can't drop everything and come here all the
Every time, yep.
And that's the whole reason why I made that emergency appointment, because I do have health issues that needs to be resolved. I am not on birth control right now. And if I do get pregnant, my last OB doctor told me when I was giving birth to my son, I cannot get pregnant again. If I do, I'm going to die. I have health issues.
They induced her a month early.
They have to induce me a month early for my son 10 years ago.
They shut your liver down.
And I was on DEPA for 4 years. It started messing up my bones to where I can barely walk more than 5 minutes at a time. My arms hurt every single day. So I have to go see a doctor for that. And my doctor and I had a talk, Dr. McLemore, and he knows my situation. That's why he's getting me in there to see if maybe I need to get my tubes tied or my fallopian tubes out, or have to go on a different medication. Something has to happen. Like my life, I'm not as healthy as I used to be. So I need to get on birth control. I need to do something ASAP. I can't afford to get pregnant, and I'm not going to stop having sex just because of that.
So
I'm literally like 10 minutes away. We can come and talk to you if you want face to face, or we could just settle this over the phone.
I would prefer if we take a little step back and talk about it at another time so we can be calm. And
Calmer than this?
No, that's perfect. No, that's
calm. I'm not even yelling at you. I'm just explaining it. So how much calmer can I get by explailing my health situation?
Actually, that's better for us to
I don't
keep pushing it
understand
off.
how you want me to talk to you.
well, so I mean, if you truly want to have like a really helpful conversation where we can learn from this, I would love to meet. I mean, I would love to meet with you and talk about this if it's going to be productive and a good brainstorming session. However, if you have a list of things and you don't really want to discuss or make it better, and you just have some complaints.
Let me just stop this real quick.
I'm happy to take those, but I would prefer a conversation.
Okay, but we already gave the complaint. Like, that's over for us. Like, to be honest with you, I just moved on. Like, you just told me you take it serious and you're gonna take care of it and give you a chance. So I said, okay, that sounds fair. Let's move on from there. Now we're telling you the issue that we had with the doctor and my wife being able to make an appointment to see the doctor without being turned down. That's what we're saying. Like, we need to be able to see the doctor, and we were turned down today. So what can we do about that?
So let me go through. I don't know the ins and the outs of our schedule yet. So let me get with our team and see what it looks like for rescheduling and when the next soonest appointment would be. So I can work on that and get that to you. I will also work on a formal, if you would still like me to, I can track down what the formal complaint process is, so I can get that to you as well.
Maybe no. How about this? Maybe you just track it down so you're informed about it and you...
That would be really helpful to know for people so they're not surprised by when they get here.
Right.
I'm sorry, your voice is going down again, like you're on speaker and we could barely hear you.
Oh. No, I just was saying that I will take that as a to-do of something because we're creating some automated messages to remind patients of appointments.
Awesome.
And so when we're recreating these in the next couple of weeks, we'll make sure to add in to bring your insurance card.
Cool. And then also the complaint of callbacks, like figuring out, like calling people back, that's important. My wife for 3 weeks tried to get a hold of a doctor during an emergency and never got a call back. That's a huge issue, so I hope that's also added on. And then I know it's hard for you to take this one, but the staff, I mean, you kind of give what you get. If you're polite and respectful to us, you get that back. But you have to understand, they have a duty to, no matter what, remain professional, and there's a lot of them that don't. And then I'm also concerned about some other issues, but that has nothing to do with you. But if you could just fix those, I'll leave that for you. I totally appreciate that. And if you can give my wife a call back and tell her when a time that you could schedule her, the doctor can see her, because this is important. And is there any kind of fax or any kind of email that I can get from the Medicaid office that you will accept, so it doesn't take a week or longer for her to get it through the mail? Because you know how the mail is.
Yeah. So I know I keep saying this, but I've only been here for a little bit. But I've seen other insurance companies where they can provide you an image, a digital copy.
Mm-hmm.
And if they could give you a digital copy or proof of insurance somehow,
Mm-hmm.
that would be really helpful.
Okay, I'll do that.
We want to make sure that we're using the appropriate insurance information for each patient. So it's really important for us to get that, and we need that for billing reasons too.
Do you have an email I can send it to you once I receive it?
Yes, we do. It's info.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to put it in here. Give me
Hold
one
on, let me
second.
put it on my phone. Hold this for a sec.
Yeah. And then that way, when she calls you back with an appointment, we have that. We can just send it right to her. Or she'll have it
Yeah, that would
already.
be awesome.
Okay, so your name is Brooke. What is your email?
Yes. So it's info, I-N-F-O, at my OBGYN, Vegas.
Hold on, at my OBGYN Vegas.
Yes,
.com.
All right, so I'll call them today and get that sent over to me. And then if you could get the scheduling handled, then hopefully you call us back today and let us know when we can do that.
That sounds perfect. I can definitely do that.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Hello?
Hi,
Yeah.
this is Brooke from my OBGYN.
How can I help you?
Can you actually first, can I confirm your date of birth really quickly?
You know my date of birth. How can I help you?
That's perfect. Okay, well, I spoke with the providers about your situation, and they agree that it seems our practice is not a good match for your needs. We want you to be happy with your care, and we're clearly not providing that for you. So
No, it's not. You know what? It's not that. Let me talk. Yesterday, my husband talked. Now it's my turn.
I'm actually gonna
You are condescending, and you did it on purpose, and I am going to make sure that you no longer have a job, and I recorded everything, and you will be on YouTube so everybody can know what kind of a condescending person you are, and you have no right to cancel my appointment without talking to me. You waited until 5 o'clock to call me. I know, you know what you're doing. And don't worry about it, because the insurance company already knows. I've already did file a complaint. I'm sending them the video as well today as we speak. You know exactly what you did, because you did not want me to come down there, because you know that you messed up and you're playing games. That's exactly what you're doing. I told you to grow up yesterday, but apparently you did not want to grow up. You still wanted to play games, knowing that I need to see my doctor. But you know what? This is not the end, Brooke. And I got your last name. Because you're so smart. You send me an email with your first name and your last name. You are funny.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure that if you need any recommendations...
No, I don't need anything from you. I don't need anything from you. If I were you, I would find a job. I would start looking for a job, because I am filing a civil lawsuit on you. I am going to my attorney. I am done. And if you think I'm joking, I'm a big public figure with a huge YouTube channel, and I have attorneys on standby. I travel around the world. So I'm not just any regular patient that you guys have. You messed with the wrong person. I'm telling you right now. And I am contacting the insurance again. I'm contacting the medical board. You will not have a job over there. And they're going to look into the doctor that allowed you to do that. Or maybe the doctor doesn't even know what you did, right? You didn't tell the doctor. So tell me why you waited all day yesterday, called me at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock when your office is closed. You know what I was doing at the time when you called me? I was talking to the health insurance company. I got everything that you guys asked me to get. So what is your excuse? Because I have it. They sent it to me. So what is your excuse? You waited until 5 o'clock. Are you professional? Are you professional? And I'm sure you got, all of a sudden you got a voicemail, right? You did get the voicemail, right? But yet you have no idea how the messages work because so-called you're brand new. You've only been there for a month or two. Which is not an excuse because again, even if you're there for a month, it doesn't take a whole month to figure out the system and how it works. So how you got that management job, God even freaking knows. Enough is enough with your games. Grow the hell up. And no, he is going to still be my doctor because once I expose you and once I expose exactly what you did, you will not have a job. I promise you, you're not going to have a job. And they're going to investigate you and how you work and everything that you have done.
And it's okay because Dr. McElmore, he's going to be investigated too. It took over a month for him to call my wife back. There is medical complaint issues here. I already got off the phone with my attorney this morning. She just woke up. Trust and believe you messed up and you are in the wrong.
And if something happens to me, Brooke, so help me God. If something happens to me, knowing that I have to see a doctor for my health, so help me God. You better make sure my attorneys don't hunt you down.
So please let the doctors know as well that we are filing complaints on him. I am going to the medical board on him. I've already filed complaints.
Have them call me.
I've already had complaints filed with the insurance company. The insurance company is livid. They told me to my face that you should have accepted an ID and a number, and they've never heard of that before. Before I even said I wanted to file a complaint, the guy told me, I'm sorry, I can't take this. We're going to file a complaint. So that's exactly how it went.
And it's not the law to provide the ID. You're just a condescending person. And you know what? Karma is a bitch.
Plus, they listened to the video when we told you multiple times that, we're being recorded, and I called you and told you what was going on. He listened to the whole thing and told me that you kept trying to make it like it was a problem with us, that we were causing the issue.
Well, you still need to grow up.
So, it's okay. Just know that I'm glad that you're
How the hell did she even get that job?
Hold on, I'm glad that you're recording too as well as we are.
Yes, please do record. Please, child.
But I am telling you that what you did is completely unethical and wrong, and I hope that you know that we aren't just someone that's going to let this go. I am going to go to the highest mountain and scream as loud as I can for everybody to hear.
Yeah. And with the amount of medical problems that I have, Brooke, holy shit. You better be prepared. Have a nice day. Goodbye.